Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. Today we are taking a look at the markets, and we are also going to be answering your guys' chart requests from over here inside of the Discord. We just opened the chart request thread back up, so go ahead and drop your chart requests over here in the Discord at any time. We're going to leave those open for a little bit, and we're just going to be knocking them out. We got UNH, DJT, we got Sui, Pepe, Prime, IMX, Target, Oracle, RR, Play, Mara. We got a lot of names we're going to be looking at today. I am back from traveling with my wife. We took a little trip over to see some family, and we are back in the office, at least for this week. Next week is Christmas, so I don't know what the schedule is going to look like. It's a busy time of the year, and there's a lot of things going on right now inside the markets, but we're here to keep you updated on it. The good thing we got last week was that print from Ethereum. So Ethereum did have the green dot print here on the weekly chart. This was December 8th is when that showed up, and now we're just kind of building this range. So one thing I want to do is manage your guys' expectations for those of you that are new, at least on this with our strategy, right? We are not day traders, we are swing traders. So if you come over here to the trading rules, okay, we are swing traders that focus on a monthly and a daily chart with a 1 to 6 month time frame. I know we've talked a lot about the weekly chart recently, just because the weekly chart is a good chart to pay attention to as well. You could see all the way back here since 2023, since we've gotten these green dots. Okay, this has been 2 years ago. You could even come all the way back here to 2022. Okay, every time we get a green dot with the wave down here, it's been a great time to buy. Okay, we got one right here in 2024, got one right here in April, got one right here in October. So the thing about it, though, is, guys, when we get this signal, it doesn't happen overnight, right? If we're looking at a weekly chart, each one of these candles is 1 week, 1 week's worth of time, 7 days. So this dot came right here in April, right? We called that out April 14th, right there at $1,600 Ethereum, okay? People were laughing at Ethereum down here. People were saying it was a dead project. Nobody cared about it. Nothing was going to happen, right? That's the kind of sentiment when everyone's starting to say, hey, we're in a bear market. Everything's going to zero. Okay, we're all doomed. Okay, that is when you want to be buying. And if you just look at X, if you just look at the comment section of some of my videos, okay, you will see that people are just nasty right now, talking about how we're never going back up. Okay, these markets move in waves, move in waves. Okay, they go down, they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, they go up, and you could see just based on the chart, guys. Again, I'm not here to blow smoke. I'm not here to pump projects. I could care less. I'm just here to share information with you, and I'm also here to gather information from you. Okay, we're all a community here. This channel is not about me. It's not about you. It's all about all of us working together. So again, you can just look at this chart right here. Anyone has access to this chart. Everyone has access to these trading indicators. You guys can get these over in my Discord. That link is in the comment section and in the description. But you can see that every time this green dot prints, right, it's a time to buy. This one came here in 2023 at 1,500. It went up to 4,000 over right from September to March. So once again, managing expectations here, guys. These signals are not day trades. Okay, when we get this green dot on the weekly chart, okay, like we did here in April, it doesn't mean we're going to be up here at 5,000 tomorrow or the next day. This took from April all the way up to August, September, when we got our sell signal right there. Okay, that was a 5-month period of time. It took 5 months. Okay, and if you would have bought here off that green dot, right, and you would have sold the top here, you made 200%. You tripled your money. Okay, if you put in 10 grand down here, you made $20,000. So you now have $30,000 if you sold the top. Okay, so what are we getting now? We got a green dot here on Ethereum's chart. Does that mean we're going to bounce here 100%? No, it doesn't. But it does mean there is a very good chance that it's going to happen. The bounce is going to happen in this range. So again, I know people are freaking out about this little red candle that we got right here. Okay, and that's fine. But realistically, $2,600 was the bottom right here in November. That's what that signal is telling you. All this is a potential reversal signal. This is telling us that, hey, 2,600, which was the low of this wick right here, is the bottom. Okay, if it's false, if it's wrong, it's going to break that level. A stop loss is going to be hit, right? A red dot is going to show up, and we're going to go lower. But if I'm being honest, guys, I do not think we're going to break 2,600. I mean, there is just so much data right now. One of my favorite charts is the ETH BTC chart. We talked about this last week. Okay, what happens when this chart is going up? what happens is Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin when this chart is going up. So you could see from from April to August, Ethereum outperformed Bitcoin. Okay, I showed you Ethereum went up 200%, right? From here to here was a 200% move. How much did Bitcoin go up from April to September? Okay, it wasn't 200%. I'll tell you that right now. It was only 50%. So Ethereum outperformed. Okay, I don't care what Bitcoin chart's saying right now. Bitcoin does have a buy signal down here, by the way, which is a good thing for the overall markets. But the only chart I really care about, guys, and the only chart I really want to talk about before we get into your requests is the Ethereum BTC chart. I think this thing is going to absolutely explode. Because you come back here, the last real altcoin season we got, guys, the last real altcoin season was back here in 2020, 2021. Okay, you just look at some of these names like Chainlink. Okay, look at this. Okay, this is what altcoin season looks like. Just an absolute freaking rush higher, right? Chainlink's just been chopping. Okay, this is an altcoin season when we go to the moon. Okay, this is not an altcoin season. This is just a 2 to 3 week pump and a dump. 2 to 3 week pump and a dump. Pretty soon, I think you're going to see some price action like this on altcoins, and that's just from the ETH BTC chart. So if you look at the ETH BTC chart, that one we just pulled up, you could see Chainlink's top was right there in May of 2021. That was the top of the last real altcoin season. We haven't seen a real altcoin season since 2021. Okay, it's been 4 years. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for a move like this, for liquidity to get injected and for names to just go to the moon. So if you look at the ETH BTC chart, where did that top out at? That topped out back here in May. So you could see, look at this move right here. Okay, we broke out of the downtrend. We got back over the EMA. We broke out there, and now we've had a pullback over the last 3 months. Everyone's freaking out because we just went down for 2 or 3 months. But we're looking at things from a macro perspective. So let's look here and see how this started back here in 2020. What did we do? We broke up over the averages. We pulled back. We went sideways. And again, each one of these candles is 1 week's worth of time. So if you guys are trading these signals and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to get rich tomorrow, or it's going to go to 5,000 or whatever tomorrow, you got the wrong idea. These moves take time to develop. It takes patience. I try to teach everything according to our strategy, right? The LDD method, everything is based on logic, data, and discipline. Okay, that discipline comes from having patience, okay? Not letting your emotions get the best of you, okay? But you could see how it broke out, it pulled back, it broke out, it pulled back, and then it ripped, okay? Well, what do we got here? This is a breakout. So to me, this right here is this right here, okay? And then we just sat through this, and now I think we're getting ready to do that. I think 2026 is going to be one of the craziest, most hated altcoin seasons of all time. Okay, and that's just to me what the data says. So if this thing breaks back down below 3 cents, I'm wrong. Okay, I will admit that I'm wrong if this ETH BTC chart comes down there and goes below 3 cents. It might tap it, it might touch it, but ultimately I don't see that thing going lower. I think altcoins, everything is setting up from the fundamentals to the macro charts. Everything is looking good. But again, I want you guys to manage expectations. Okay, just because we got a green dot here last week doesn't mean we're going to be all the way back up at 5,000 tomorrow or next week. This move takes time to develop. Again, this last one from April at 1,600, that 200% move happened in 5 months. Okay, people were laughing at us for buying Ethereum down here. They were literally roasting us. Okay, and again, over that 5-month period, where was everyone excited to buy Ethereum? Everyone was excited to buy Ethereum up here. Now, nobody cares. Nobody wants it. Okay. And yeah, it's hard to sit through the volatility. If you guys don't like volatility, don't trade crypto. Just don't. Just go trade the SPY or the QQQ or ETFs, because crypto is a very volatile asset. It's because it's a very new asset, and there's not a lot of capital inside of the market yet. Okay, which also brings us to the total market cap chart. Look at the total market cap chart. So this is every single cryptocurrency put together, right? What happens? We get this major influx of volume, and then they take the money out. They put the money in, they take the money out. So look how deep this chart is. Again, if I'm a betting man, okay, I want to be buying when this blue wave is down here on the weekly, right? And I want to sell when it's up here, okay? So the fact that we're way down here right now tells me it doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter what Twitter says, what anybody says. The data says right now is a great time to accumulate. And there's so many things that'll tell you that. Like I know in the moment when we have red days like we got yesterday that it sucks. But look at the fear and greed index. What does Warren Buffett say? He says, buy when others are fearful, sell when they're greedy. We are stuck in fear. We are stuck here. We're not going to be here forever, but we are stuck here right now. Look where this thing was back here in April. Okay, that was April when we just called the bottom. Look, it was in fear. Okay, and then it went up to greed, and then it went down to fear. So everything is screaming buy. I know it takes patience to hold through some of these days. Okay, it does. It can manipulate your emotions if you let it. But the good thing about trading, the good thing about technical analysis is that if you have a plan, right? We have these trading rules here. I have a free trading course that'll show you guys how we approach the markets. If you have a plan, it takes the stress off. It takes that emotion away, because all you got to do is wait for your signal. You just wait for the red and green dots, okay, and you stick to the plan, and you hold. And you got to have the discipline to hold, okay? I told you guys the other day, investing is a lot like farming. There's seasons to plant and there's seasons to harvest. Typically what we're doing is we're planting when the wave is down here and we're harvesting when it's up here. This is when we want to take profits. Right now, if you guys are watching this, in my opinion, nobody should be thinking about selling at this moment. Okay, if anything, if we do break down lower, we'll just look to accumulate more over time. Okay, but with everything setting up here going into 2026, okay, this ETH BTC chart, the total chart, literally everything is screaming buy. And again, there might be a red day tomorrow. Okay, if there's a red day tomorrow, there's going to be people in the comments section of this video going, ha ha. But our analysis is not for tomorrow's price action. Our analysis is for prices 1 to 6 months from now. And as long as we are buying down here, when everyone's scared, when everyone's saying bear market, when everyone's hooping and hollering, you guys get what I'm saying, right? We're doing it right. We're going against the herd, against the grain. Okay, crypto's not going anywhere. The only thing taking crypto out is that if the grid goes out. That's just my opinion. If the grid goes out, money's going to be the last thing we're worrying about. We're going to be worrying about food, shelter, and things like that. Okay, stay long. Manage expectations, right? That's a huge one. I just want to add that into the rules. Manage expectations. When we get a signal on our macro, if you guys want to be day traders, go trade the 5-minute time frame. Okay, we don't do that here. It's a waste of time, and 95% of people fail at it. So we trade the macro time frames because no one likes to wait. No one likes to have patience, right? I don't even like to wait, okay? I, just as much as you, want the prices to go, when I get that green dot, I want it to be back up here at $30, like, in the next hour. Like, I'm the same exact way, right? But we can't be hasty. We cannot be impatient. We got to have patience. We got to have discipline. Trust the data, use logic, and don't let your emotions rule you, right? That's ultimately everything that I wanted to talk about today. Again, the other chart I want to look at is others. This is the total market cap of crypto minus the top 10, so minus Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything in the top 10, XRP, Solana, Cardano, names like that. Again, where should you have been buying? Back here in April, back here in August, okay, back here in June of 2023. That was 2 years ago. Okay, look where we're at. Okay, all we're missing is the green dot. They're just trying to flush everybody out that they can right now. And again, we might be in for a little bit more pain, but ultimately I do think we bottom here in December or in January. And I think we could pump all the way to mid 2026 or 2027. Those are my targets right now based on these signals. So again, these are not day trades, guys. Manage expectations. Again, that SUI trade came. Look at SUI. Great time to buy back here in August. Great time to buy right here in April. Great, decent time to buy right here. Okay, the deeper the wave, the better. And this wave is the deepest it's ever been here on SUI. I love the SUI trade. I am loaded up on SUI here. Okay, and we also got the Ethereum print as well. So I think charts look fantastic. And the fact that everybody on Twitter is bearish, and not everybody, but there are a lot of people that are bearish saying that it's over right now. That just confirms my analysis, okay? Because when everybody else is fearful, I want to be excited to buy. I want to be excited to buy and hold, okay? If you don't have any money to buy, what you do now is you just hold and you wait, right, until we get our sell signal again, until we come back up here into fear territory. The best way I like to explain this blue wave is, hey, down here, this is where this is where people are fearful, okay? And this is where people are greedy. We want to buy when the blue wave is down here on a weekly chart, okay, and sell when it's up here on the weekly chart as well. Okay, perfect time to sell your Ethereum up there at around 5,000. You got that signal right there in August. If you didn't take profits, again, we learn, we live and we learn. Okay, we had a ton of sell signals pop off on Ethereum on both the weekly and the daily chart. We were calling the top out right here in the red zone off these red dots. And if you guys go watch my free course, you guys can learn more about our strategy and how we approach the markets. But yeah, that is what I wanted to talk about today before we got into your requests. So let's go ahead and pull those up here. Again, you guys can put these chart requests in over here inside the Discord at any time. I'm going to try to knock out as many as I can here in the next 30 minutes. So let's go ahead and dive in here. The first one's going to be from Max for UNH. UNH has a weekly green dot here. I believe the monthly is still green as well. So this thing just looks fine. It's just consolidating right now. So if you guys are familiar with our strategy, our target's always up here in the red zone. If you're using a daily chart, we have quite a ways to go back there to 600. That's a 100% move. Here on the daily, again, it's just consolidating. So I would just look to buy these green dots here on the daily. Now that you got the weekly and the monthly signal, a good place for a stop loss would be that low right there at around 300. As long as this thing holds 300, I would say it's bullish. You don't got anything to worry about. I'd be a buyer of UNH at these levels. Oops, I'm going to exit out of Twitter here. By the way, we hit 11,000 followers on Twitter. That's freaking awesome. If we can get this video right now, if you guys are watching, to 300 likes, 300 likes on this video, I will give away 100 XRP to somebody down in the comments section of the video. So just drop a like, drop a comment on this video, and if we hit 300, I will choose one random person inside the comment section, and I will go ahead and send 100 XRP. But we got to hit 300 likes. We've been trying for a while. Here's DJT. This has been my worst trade of the year. This trade absolutely crushed me here. I'm still holding because, again, we're down here at support. We're literally at the 4-year low right now. So I think $10, I don't see $10 breaking. Not saying it's not possible, but as long as it holds 10, I think it looks good. Down here, it bounced here back in 2021. It bounced at this range right here in 2024. So you can see it's just down right at support. You can see we opened up right here. And again, this has been my worst trade of the year. My absolute worst trade of the year. But I'm thinking it's going to bounce. Okay, I think a bounce is coming on DJT. The thing I'm looking for is the monthly dot here. We got the weekly a couple weeks ago, and now we're waiting on the monthly. So the monthly dot, in my opinion, will be the tell, the bottom for DJT. That's still one of my largest positions, even after the pullback last month. That thing pulled back like 24% last month. But what we can do now is just wait for the monthly. Okay, I'm just holding this one, waiting for that monthly signal. I think it's a buy still, and I'm still holding that one. I'll take that one to the grave with me. SUI, they're doing a lot of stuff in crypto. I mean, DJT is a very, very solid, very big cryptocurrency company. I mean, it's going to be one of the biggest. They're definitely trying to be like a DeFi bank, kind of like Aave. So in my opinion, I think DJT is a fantastic buy down here at 10. I did average down the other day, so I'm loaded up on DJT shares there. You had a request for SUI. We talked about this a little bit at the beginning, but again, you could just see the data here, right? Every time we got the green dot there on the weekly chart. Okay, we got one there in August, right there at 58. We got one here at April, right there at 2. Popped up to 4, popped up to 5. We got the same signal. So I'm a buyer and I'm a holder of SUI right now, and I have mine staked actually over here on Cetus. So if you don't know Cetus is an actual project built on SUI. So you could see that I have some money here inside of these pools, one inside the SUI USD and also the Cetus SUI pool, and you could see they pay an APY on your investment. So I'm gonna make some DeFi videos, guys. I'm getting really deep into DeFi. You can see this SUI USD pool is paying 63%. You see I've made $48 here in the last day just by staking over here on Cetus, which is a protocol built on SUI. A lot of people are familiar with SUI, but they don't really know what it does. It's a huge DeFi name, and it's going to be a very big name in the space. So again, people were very excited about this name up here at 5. We were not buying SUI at $5. We were waiting for a pullback. We called this one out in August, back here at 70 to 80 cents. It went all the way to 5. I didn't know too much about SUI at the time, but now I do, and I love this pullback here from 450 all the way down to $1.50. I mean, guys, from the top, we have pulled back 69%. Okay, right there from July all the way down here to 150. So in my opinion, I think 150 is a fantastic place to be buying SUI. Could it go down to $1? Yes. If it does, we'll just continue to hold and load up on more shares. because realistically, our target's up here in the red zone, right? If you guys follow our strategy, if you're familiar with our take profit strategy, we're aiming for the red zone. This indicator right here is called the Fibonacci. You can see if we come back up there to the top of the fib, that's a 200% move from where it sits right now. Okay, that's a massive, massive move there. So I'm an absolute buyer of SUI. I would buy more on the next daily dot, but my entry on SUI is about 160, so I'm only down 10 cents on it. So I think the bottom's in right here. I think the bottom is in with that confirmed weekly dot. You could see the monthly starting to kind of flip green here. So we could see a candle like this month and then just some continuation there. Or we could see some sideways action. The reason I'm staking so heavy right now is because there is a good chance we could go sideways. We could just go sideways for a bit. Let me see if I can pull up that chart on Twitter that I posted the other day. I posted the cheat sheet over here on Twitter. If you guys are not following me on Twitter, it's starting to become one of my favorite social media platforms. But you could see we could go like this for a little bit. Okay, we just had this big dip, this despair dip, and we could just see some sideways action for a while, or we could absolutely just rip if it's a bear trap. So a lot could happen, right? I can't predict what's going to happen at what point, but what I can tell you is that based on the data, it looks like a really good time to be loading up on SUI. Again, everyone was excited to buy it up here at 4, and now nobody likes it. Nobody wants it down here at $1.50. That is the psychology of the market, okay? People are fearful after a 70% dip because they were buying it up here. Now that it's down here, nobody cares about it. Nobody's talking about it. So we could see some of this price action for a bit, but ultimately I think SUI is going much, much higher. I'm seeing $10 to $20 on this thing over time. Not saying that's going to happen overnight, but when that wave comes back up here on the weekly, that's when we'll know, right? Or when we come back up here on the daily into the red zone, that's when we know, right? We'll be taking profits. So if you guys do not have the Fibonacci, if you guys do not have the red and green dot indicator, you guys can download all the indicators I use by coming over here to the trading indicator tab. Just click on trading indicator. There's a link right here you can click. If you have any trouble setting it up, my email is right here, but that's pretty much going to get you my entire trading layout. So you'll get all the indicators. Your screen's going to look exactly like my screen, and you'll be able to use all the same indicators and signals that we use here to take positions. And again, guys, our strategy is not for day traders. It is not a get rich quick. You have to hold, be willing to hold for at least a minimum of 6 months. Okay, sometimes the moves happen really fast, and sometimes they take more time. Okay, there's no way to really predict how fast it's going to happen, but typically off these signals, what we see is a move in a 1 to 6 month period of time. So I just want to manage everybody's expectations and get everybody on the same page and just understand that when we get this signal, right, we're not going to 5 from 1 to 5 overnight. It's going to take, right, this took from July all the way up here to January, okay? July, August, September, October, November, January. I think I counted wrong, but I think it was 6 months. From here to here was 6 months worth of time. And again, that was a massive trade on SUI, and this is going to be one of the biggest names in crypto, in my opinion. Okay, that's a 643% move in 6 months. That's unheard of. Okay, I love SUI down here. Oh, we got Pepe, the meme coin. Okay, no one talking about Pepe anymore either. Why is that? Because we just got freaking wrecked. But again, we got that green dot there on the weekly, so I'd be a buyer down here. I mean, if I wanted to own Pepe, I would be starting a position here off that weekly signal. The last time we got a green dot with the wave down here was right here in March. We went from 0.00005 all the way up here to 0.00016. Personally, I like to buy cryptos right now that I can stake, like XCN, like Polkadot, like Riz. Riz is getting hammered, but I'm still holding on to that one. Plume. Like SUI and Cetus. SUI and Cetus are like two of my favorite plays right now. SUI and Cetus are my two favorite plays. But Pepe looks good. I'd be starting a position if I wanted to own that one. I don't know too much about it other than it's a meme coin. We got text for Prime. And you guys can get those requests in anytime over there in the Discord. Prime did get the monthly alert. It does have the monthly, so if you believe in this project, we would be buying based off this signal. But again, just because we're getting the signal doesn't mean it's going up, guys. You guys need to make sure you're buying good quality projects, good quality names that aren't just meme coins and crappy coins. Okay, this thing went to 28 all the way down to 80 cents, and you got a monthly green dot. The monthly green dot is the most accurate. So if you want to take that trade, if you believe in the project, I think it's a great time to be buying Prime right there. I don't know anything about that one, though. We got IMX. IMX needs the monthly. It did break. I don't like the fact that it broke down below. Yeah, it's at all-time lows right now. So you need to wait for a monthly or a weekly if you like this project. I don't know too much about it, but again, it's getting drained here. It's right to that low of October right there at 20 cents. So I would wait for either the monthly or the weekly signal on that one. You need one of the two. We got Target, TGT, is the holiday season pumping their stock. Looks pretty good. I sold my target just because it wasn't going anywhere, but it's got the monthly, and it looks like it's breaking out. Okay, might get a red dot here in the next couple days. Might get rejected right there. I would probably trim 25 to 50% off the next daily dot. Looks like they had a decent earnings, but their margins are just shrinking with all these tariffs and things like that. So that's kind of why I sold mine more of on a fundamental basis. But it does look good here from the macro perspective. I would just have a stop loss on this right here at 80 bucks. If it breaks 80, I would sell Target. But it is starting to kind of turn the corner here. If it can get up over 100 bucks, that thing could keep going here. We got MODG. This is Top Golf. Really breaking out here, looking nice. So this one's in the red zone. So we wouldn't want to trade this one up here. We want to wait for a pullback. Okay, we never want to buy in the red zone because the red zone is our take profit level. So if you're looking at this one on the weekly, right, are people fearful or are they greedy? Okay, up here they're greedy, down here they're fearful. You could have been buying this one at $6. You'd already be up 100%. I love Top Golf. I've done it once, and it was best time I had in a while, to be honest with you. I'd much rather go to Top Golf than golf. But if you're in this one, I would just make sure it holds on to $10. Okay, even $9, but that's a pretty big range all the way down. So look for the green dot on this one on the daily. That one could see a breakout here if it can get back over 13 there. Twilio, TWLO. That one's breaking out pretty nicely there on the weekly as well, getting into the red zone. So again, once we get to the red zone, we want to sell the red dot on the daily. Okay, red zone, red dot, we want to sell. That went from 135 all the way down to 91. Twilio is a pretty big marketing name, pretty big company in the online marketing space. I know that because I run a digital marketing company, but you can see that red dot right there, boom. Okay, called the top, pulled back. So what I'd be looking for on Twilio is just a red dot here all the daily, and that's where I'd take profits. We got Oracle. Oracle's one I was looking at last week. I liked it at 200. I like the fact that it's way down here on the weekly. It looks like they reported earnings last week. So up above 180, I like it. I would just wait for the signal here on the weekly, or wait to see a little more confirmation of a bottom here. We're bouncing a little bit today, but what you want to do is wait on that signal. The last time we got a signal with the wave down here was when? Was back in April when everyone was scared and freaking out at 128. The thing went all the way up there to 380. That was a beautiful trade. You got two sell signals, one right there at 250, one up here at 350, and then it pulled all the way back. So I think if Oracle came down and touched 160, I'd like it, but I actually am looking to take a position on this off the next weekly dot. Once we see it, I don't know where that's going to come. If it comes around 160, I'm going to load up on Oracle. I think these guys now own TikTok, if I'm not mistaken, and TikTok is a social media giant. So I like Oracle. I'm just waiting for that weekly signal there. All right, again, if you guys got requests, just drop them over here in the chart request thread. We got RR. I got stopped out of this. I forgot I even set a stop loss, but I'm glad I did. I set one at like 375, I believe, but I got the red weekly. So I really want to see this one hold on to 3. If you want to play it, I would wait for a green daily. Wait for the green daily. Okay, got stopped out. Big ugly day yesterday. I got stopped out at 375. We were buying it down here at 3 though, so I still made money on it. I just forgot my stop loss that I set over the weekend, but it is right back down into support. The chart is still bullish, very bullish. I just wait for a green dot here on the daily to get back in. I think that play is going to set up really nicely. We got Play, Dave & Buster's. That one's pulling back a little bit here. You want to see that one hold on to 17.5. Again, we bought this one down here at like 15. I sold mine at 17.50. Yeah, you just want to make sure it holds like 17.50. I put a stop loss right there at 17.50. It did get a red dot yesterday. It wasn't in the red zone. The monthly is not quite green yet, but it is trying to reverse here. So not sure how I feel about the hospitality. You can see their earnings. They've been missing their revenues, so they're not making what they're expected to make. they've been missing their earnings by a lot. So that doesn't say good things about the company. Again, economy right now not so great. People not really going out to eat or spending money on hospitality and things like that. So that obviously hurts Dave and Buster because it's a restaurant. Not a lot of people in restaurants these days, at least where I live. So yeah, I just kind of chose to take profits on that. But I was happy with the trade because we bought it down here at like 13.50. So yeah, I'm watching 17.50 on that. That's a tough one. If you get a red dot here on the weekly, I'd sell it. But it is still trending up. So if you want to put a stop loss on it, I'd probably put it right there at around 16. Okay, watch for a red dot there on the weekly. If you guys could just keep it to 2. Keep it to 2 requests per person. I want to be respectful of everybody and try to get to as many people as I can. Keep it to 2 per day if you would. Mara's fading. I was up a little bit on Mara, but now I'm back to break even. I bought this right here around, I think we bought it around 10.50, and it's literally even. So I'm watching for a green dot here on the daily. It does have a red monthly, and it does have a red weekly. So I'm hoping that we hold on to 10 here. I got a stop loss on that one, I think at around 9.90. If it breaks $10, I'm going to sell it because it'll most likely go lower here, and we'll see what happens. I want to see that green dot pop up there on Mara, though. That one's deeply tied to how Bitcoin's going to move here. And again, if Bitcoin can break out here, all these crypto stocks are going to go absolutely insane. And Bitcoin is given a green dot, so that is a good sign. Again, we're just consolidating right now. Okay, you can see consolidation is just when we kind of go sideways, and then the breakout comes. Sideways action always comes before the breakout. So if we can hold on to these levels, right? If Bitcoin can hold on to 80,000, that's the true level. That's the only level that matters. As long as Bitcoin remains above 80,000, there is nothing to worry about. I mean, that's just the charts. That's just the data. There's nothing to worry about above 80K. So that's what we're watching for Bitcoin. And like I said, if Bitcoin can turn the corner here and go up, names like Mara, names like DJT, all these names are going to be absolutely ripping to the upside. So that's what we're hoping for. And again, the data is looking good and like it's in our favor. So things are looking good for Bitcoin as long as it can hold on to 80K. CRWV. It says Core Weave. That one's getting hit pretty hard. I just wait for the signal on that one. Wait for the green dot on that one. SMR. New scale also. That one's down pretty good. Are they making any money? They're hardly making any money. I think this is a... I'm not sure what this is. If you could fill us in on what this project is, that'd be great. I think it's a nuclear energy company, if I'm not mistaken. But what you want to do is wait for the green dot. You can see the last one that came down here. Okay, these green dots aren't our favorite, right? We want the green dots that are down here below the zero line, right? We want them down here. Okay, we don't want them up here. We want them down here. So I just wait for the green dot there on SMR. Render, RNDR. Got the weekly. It just needs the monthly now. Okay, I think that one might tap $1 to bounce, but it is in an uptrend. Right, $14 all the way down to $1 is brutal. Okay, if this thing goes back to like 7, you're talking about a 600% move from where it's sitting. So what I'd be watching on RNDR is for that monthly signal. If you guys are a part of the Discord, all these alerts are called out over here, so you can see the monthly ones over here, the weekly and the daily. Okay, the ones that matter the most are going to be the monthly and the weekly. Those are the ones we want to focus on the most, and then the daily and the 4-hour will kind of give us the smaller time frame stuff. Okay, but the weekly and the monthly alerts are the best signals for 1 to 6 month swings. Okay, if you're looking to go 1 to 6 months out, which is the time frame we look for, you want to focus on the monthly and you want to focus on the weekly. And what I'd be looking for on RNDR right now is a monthly because it already has the weekly. Now you just need the monthly for confirmation. I don't know too much about RNDR. It was a really hyped up coin about a year ago when it was up here at 14. But again, we don't want to buy when it's up here. We want to buy when it's down here. Okay. And it's just been falling and falling and falling there. What else we got? Circle. Circle starting to reverse a little bit here, sitting at 82. Nice little wick this week on the weekly. And the daily is kind of setting up here. That daily dot came yesterday. But I'd say as long as this one can hold on to that $74 level, it looks pretty good. It's up 9% today, pretty much recovering all the losses from yesterday. But Circle is the owner of USDC. They're the issuer of USDC, which is one of the largest stable coins on the market. And Circle is the issuer of it. So I'm very bullish on this company. I'm holding a pretty hefty position on it as well. just because I think the Genius Act is going to pass and stablecoins are going to become the new normal. They're going to literally replace the dollar over time. That's what they're setting it up for. And that's not going to happen overnight, but it is going to happen over time. So with that being said, I'm bullish on Circle still. I would love to see this thing break out, get back up here to 150, 160. It literally hit 300 back here in June, and it's all the way back down to 82. So if it gets anywhere near that level, you're talking about 250% back to the top. I'm still bullish on Circle here. We got Ondo. ONDO. That one's green on the weekly. Okay, so we've got the green dot on the weekly. You can see that purple line. That thing is turning green, which indicates that it's oversold, which is a good thing. Okay, that's a great thing. Okay, it is still a falling knife. So, again, these are for 1 to 6 months out. It might keep going down. I like it here at 40 cents. I would buy it here at 40, and if it comes down here back to 20, comes back down to 20 where it was in February, I would just buy more. Okay, again, that's not going to happen overnight, but I do think this chart is going to reverse to the upside. Ondo was another name that was very hyped up. People were very excited up here at $2. Everyone was telling you it was the next Bitcoin and the greatest thing ever. Now nobody cares about it. Nobody's talking about it down here at 40 cents. So I like it. I think it's very beaten up. And if you believe in altcoins, if you believe in their vision and their products and what they're going to do, I think 40 cents is a great buy. And again, it might go down tomorrow, might go down next week, but over time, I think this one is going to rebound. And I think you will see this one back in that $1 to $1.20 range. From where we sit right now, that is a pretty big move. That's about 187% move from where we sit. So, yeah, I like Ondo here with that green dot there on the weekly, and I'd be a buyer. We got Axon, AXON. Axon Enterprise, that one's got a weekly as well, but the monthly chart on this one is red. I don't like the MACD crossover. If you want to play this one, I would just use a stop loss right here at the $500 level based on the monthly. If 500 can hold, I guess it looks decent, but if it breaks down below 500, you're going to be in trouble. I don't like the death cross there either on the daily. Daily chart's pretty high up there. I think there's some better names to own here than Axon. Again, I don't know what this company does or what they do, so I can't really speak on the fundamentals of the project, but technicals, right, it's had a pretty hefty pullback. I would just make sure it holds on to that $500 level. I put a stop loss there if I was in that. Soxel. This is the semiconductor ETF that we follow, red on the weekly. Again, if you're looking at the weekly, we don't want to buy when the wave's up here. We want to buy when the wave is down here. So red dot on the weekly. I think this one's coming down. I think Soxel's coming down. XLM USD, Stella. Stella's right back down here to April support. So we bounced right here in April at 20 cents. It's got a red weekly showing up here, so I would definitely use a stop loss around 19 cents to 20. I love how far the wave is down here. Again, I'm expecting probably some sideways action here for a couple months. Or hopefully we could just blast off and go right to the moon. That'd be cool too. But again, I think the lows are very close here at 19, 20 cents for XLM. Okay, and that also has the crossover there on the MACD as well. So, yeah, I mean, that thing, 20 cents is solid support there for XLM. What else we got? DEFT. Def Technologies down at $1. I like this one at $1. Okay, everyone was excited about this up here at 5. Now it's all the way down here at $1. I'd be a buyer around $1. Okay, $1 is a good, solid number. If you believe in the project, I'd be a buyer here at $1. MSTR. What's MSTR doing? Still hanging out in its range. So it's just stuck right there. The low for this one where you want to set a stop loss if you took the trade is probably at 155 to 160. Again, going to deeply depend on how Bitcoin's going to move here in the next couple of days, but that is a very bullish indication. I mean, this thing's gotten hammered. Okay, this thing's down from 450 all the way down, 65% drop there from the signal back here in August. So that's a brutal takedown. Okay, and now is a good time, in my opinion, to be buying MSTR as long as Bitcoin doesn't fall to the floor. These guys should be okay. Okay, I think the bottom's in right there at 150. That's an easy trade there. Easy stop loss right there at the 150 level for MSTR. I actually like that one now more than I have in the past at these levels. I was hoping it would get down to $100. $100 would be cool too. But $100 was my target to buy MSTR, and it's sitting at about 160 right now. It hit 150, so it's pretty close. I do like it. BMNR, this is that treasury company that buys Ethereum. So MSTR is a treasury company that buys Bitcoin, right? They're the biggest, one of the largest Bitcoin holders out there. And BMNR or BM, oops, one sec here. BM, what was it? BMNR. This is a Ethereum treasury company. So this was all the way up here at 140. Now it's all the way down here at 30, and it's just kind of ranging. So if you believe in Ethereum, I don't know why you wouldn't just buy Ethereum, but I guess you could buy BMNR too as well if you want to play it. But I'd be bullish down here on BMNR. I like it down here. AVAX. AVAX is at 12. I mean, this thing's just getting absolutely hammered. So I'd look for the weekly. I think the weekly's going to come very soon on this. If you can get this one down here at like $8, that's going to be an absolute steal. But all you got to do on AVAX right now is wait for that confirmation, wait for that signal. I think it's coming, folks. You guys got to keep holding the line. This ETH BTC chart is everything you need to know. This is the perfect bull flag pattern. Okay, if you don't know what a bull flag is, let's look it up. What is a bull flag? Okay, you can see bull flag. Okay, textbook bull flag here. Let's see if I can open this up. Open image in a new tab. Wow, let's zoom out. So you can see bull flag is when we have this big impulsive move up, then we kind of correct, and then we break out. This is the impulsive move that we're looking for, okay, on Ethereum. Okay, and it's going to happen. I mean, if you look at this, okay, and then you look at this chart, it's identical, right? Big impulsive move up, pull back. What's coming next after that? The next impulsive move. Impulsive move up, correction, impulsive move up. Okay, that's what we're looking at, folks. Again, I don't make this stuff up. This is all on the same chart that you can look at. These patterns play out over and over and over again. Okay, that's what we're looking at. A prime time bull flag here on Ethereum to Bitcoin. So again, I think the next move for alts is up and to the right. Okay, all it's going to take is some patience to hold through the volatility, and you're going to be singing Kumbaya come 2026. Okay, just hold the freaking line. Okay, you think the Spartans weren't doubtful when they had millions of Persians? You guys ever seen the actual movie of 300? You don't think they doubted that there was 300 of them and there was millions of Persians charging at them? Okay, 300 versus a million, I might be a little unfaithful, but they stood their ground. They held the line. They didn't get scared. They didn't back down. They didn't quit. Okay, and they fought to the death. And that's what we're doing here. GDRX, GoodRX. This thing's just not doing anything. Just not doing anything right now. Okay, just sitting down here at 278. It did get the weekly signal. I think these guys are going to get bought out by somebody. I don't know who, but I'm looking for that monthly signal there on GoodRX. SMR we covered. NVO, apparently there was some news that their weight loss drug causes blindness or something. I just think they're trying to shake you out. I mean, all the signals are pointing up on this one. I'm still very bullish on NVO. Again, they did just have some news, but normally this kind of news happens at the bottom because they're trying to get you to sell, right? A federal panel has centralized lawsuits against Novo Nordisk, which is NVO, claiming that its weight loss drugs, including Ozempic and Wegovy, may cause blindness. May cause blindness. May, not does, may. So they're going to have to prove that in court. But again, we don't listen to the noise. We don't listen to the news. We listen to the charts. And the charts is saying load up on NVO. I love NVO here at these levels. We got a couple more here, guys, and then we'll continue on with your requests tomorrow. I like to keep these things short and sweet, just so, again, I'm here to serve you guys. I want to serve you guys. I want to answer your requests. I want to help you guys out as much as humanly possible. I just don't want to see you guys buying up here, right, when everyone else is excited. Okay, this is not the time to be buying. We want to buy when this wave is down here on the weekly. We want to buy when the wave is down here on the monthly. Okay, and we're looking to go long, 1 to 6 months out. I'd be a buyer of XDC here off this signal if you believe in the project. Again, buying down here, selling up here. XCN. XCN, you should have your XCN staked on their website, earning 30% right now, because if we go sideways like this for the next year, you're going to want to make sure you're earning that APY. And these guys are literally paying a crap ton in APY. I think it's like 29% on their website, but they are a very legitimate project. They actually just got listed on Robinhood. I don't know if you guys saw that. Like literally nobody's talking about this. Like when I saw this news the other day, okay, watch this. Okay, let's go to Robinhood here. And let's go to their XCN. I don't know where they posted. It's probably down here a little bit, but they were just listed. Okay, they were just listed on right here. Okay, XCN. This is so big, guys. Like I can't even tell you. Like this just gave it access to billions and billions of dollars. Okay, Syrup and XCN were both listed on Robinhood. This just happened last week on December 11th, and no one's talking about it. Okay, when I came across XCN, it was from one of your guys' requests here in the Discord. Everyone was talking about it, and this wave was way up here. I was like, I'm not buying all the way up here. I'm sorry. I've seen this happen way too many times. Everyone was excited, but now it's down 90% from the top. Okay, and Robinhood just listed it. Robinhood only has like 20 to 30 names available on their website. It's down 90% from the top. So I have a pretty big position on XCN, and the fact that they're paying an APY on their website, so I could just buy it here, stake it, earn 30%, and wait for this big impulsive move to happen again. Okay, I mean this thing literally went from, I mean this was a stupid move, dude. Like this was just dumb. Like it went from, look at that, 3,800%. Yes, please. I'll take that. Okay, you put in 10 grand down here. You made $380,000. $380,000 if you guys bought down here. Okay, I don't make this up. Okay, you were buying at 0.001. It went all the way up here to 5 cents. That was a huge move. So this is probably my number one buy right now, guys, for crypto. I mean, Cetus is good. Sui is good. Link is good. I love all the cryptos I'm holding right now. I'm very happy with my crypto portfolio. All besides Riz. Riz is falling, but it's a newer project. We could expect volatility with newer projects. Still staked, still earning. Okay, Polkadot looks good too, but XCN is probably at the top of my list, right up there with Cetus and Sui. Juve, Juve. And again, guys, 300 likes on this video, and we will be giving away 100 XRP to somebody down in the comment section. So make sure you drop a like, drop a comment, and be entered into that. Reviton, R-E-V-I-ton. I don't see any of those, dude. If you could just drop the tickers. EIGN. EIGN. Not seeing that one either, my man. QUBIC, Cubic. This one's available. Just wait for the signal on that one. But, I mean, if you believe in that project, you should probably buy it down here at all-time lows. XLM we covered. We got Zeta. The Zeta chain. Looks like a rug pull. I don't like it. Down and to the right. VST. VST is trying to find a bounce here. I'd buy this one here and use a stop loss at 160. If it's going to bounce, it's not going to break below 160. I'd look for that signal. That's probably coming here this week. That looks good with a stop loss at 160. And we'll pick up right here tomorrow with David. We'll pick up right there tomorrow. If you guys got more chart requests, just get them in this thread. I'll leave it open for a little bit longer, and then we're going to be hitting these all week long. So drop your requests over there in the chart request thread. I'm going to close it tomorrow, and then we're going to get through everybody's chart requests throughout the week, and then I'll reopen it again next week. But next week we got Christmas, so there's a lot of things happening in the coming weeks. I might be taking all of next week off just because we'll be traveling, celebrating the holidays, spending time with family as we should. So yeah, we'll pick up right here tomorrow with David's requests, and we'll keep going down the line. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this. If you guys need anything, hit me up over here inside the support chat. Happy to help you guys. Just drop your questions there. My email is also over here under the trading indicator tab, overkill at overkillinvesting.club. I also got a free trading course over here, like I said earlier in the video. If you guys are new, I would love to have you over here in the community. I think we're over 21,000 people in the Discord now, so we're the #1 investing community online, in my opinion, folks. We got everything you need over here to succeed at this. We got a great community, great indicators, great threads, great signals, everything you guys need. And again, great support as well. Our team is happy to help out any and everybody. We're all here to help. Again, this channel is not about me. It's not about you. It's about all of us working together as one. And with that being said, God bless you guys. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Make sure you smash that like and drop a comment to enter into that 100 XRP giveaway. God bless you guys, and we'll see you soon.